Okay. I'm gonna dig on some dude here. I don't know what his like. I swear to God, what I'm looking at now is not like his real channel, or maybe real channel. Obviously, this is a real channel, so that's not like correct. But like it's like a second channel that he has or something. Signified, whatever. Signified B sides. I have two channels. And the reason I have two channels is because I just like left that other channel behind. It was like the channel I had on my phone or some shit. Whatever. Signified B sides. This is the dude. Sometimes he's, I don't know. I don't know. The dude just kind of pisses me off sometimes. Why I left the white left. This, I don't know. I get a vibe from this guy that is very off-putting. Like most of his videos just are like all right. So like what? I don't know. I have to like be like I have to like urge myself to not be like racist. To be like that racist white guy and say some fucked up shit. It's like, dude. But like, man. It's like I like to say, I'm an American, so like, dude, we're all cooked in a racist soup. Like, you're born here, you're raised here. If you are an American, born and raised in America, and you're like, I'm not a racist, I'm calling your fucking ass a fucking liar. In fact, if you are a human being that is born a human being and is still a human being on planet Earth, and you're like, I'm not a racist, I'm like, oh man, that person just told a lie. Like, are you living in the Amazon rainforest right now? Like, that is basically the only way you can't be a racist. Like, because you've only seen the same 20-ish people your entire life. Like, that's the only way you can't be a racist. Otherwise, you got at least a drop of racism in you. Like, you just do. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know you don't want to hear that because everybody, well, not everybody, but people want to like think they're special. You know? You're not special. Mm, here we go, you piece of crap. Be a cherry. Like, just like, try to not like be a racist. Just like, I'd be like, all right, mm, but, mm, like, all right. So, what is this dude saying now? Is he saying something worthwhile, or is he just saying some bullshit? Let's see. Okay, I just remembered what he just said like a minute ago. He was also talking about the Nazi tattoo. Okay, so I want to say something about that before I go forward. The Nazi tattoo. Everybody is on this Nazi tattoo. It everybody needs to that is questioning that. They need to just maybe dude just thought it was a cool tattoo because lots of people get tattoos. I don't have any tattoos, but lots of people get tattoos and they're just like in the tattoo shop and they're just like, that one looks cool, and they get it. Like maybe he was just a dude. Look at his build and everything. Like, oh, I'm a big dog dude. Ooh, give me the skull and crossbones. That'll tell other people that'll tell other people like if you fuck with me, you gonna get fucked with. Like, did you ever think like, oh, skull and cross? I never knew skull and crossbones would be a Nazi tattoo. You know what I thought would be a Nazi tattoo? A swastika. Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought a Nazi tattoo would be. A swastika. I never heard of skull and bones being a fucking Nazi tattoo. Like never. Skull and bones. Yeah, you know what Skull and Bones is? A thing for the Skull and Bones Society. Who the fuck knew this? Like, I didn't know it. I consider myself a fairly knowledgeable person, carrying a fairly wide range of fucking knowledge around, and I never heard that. Not that I can recall, but whatever. Like, oh, you should know that's a Nazi tattoo. Why? Who? Well, why? Because because everybody is supposed to know everything about the fucking Nazis and avoid it. It's like, how do you not know that's a Nazi tattoo? Oh, and he got it covered up. I mean, second of all, like, the guy got a tattoo. Now, I'm going to say something that's probably going to piss off a lot of people. But by the virtue of getting a tattoo, you already are placing yourself into a crowd of people that, in my mind, is like, well, you're eliminating the possibility of you being in the higher category of intellectual people. You're a stupid person. All right. You are eliminating. I mean, like, you are not you are not capable of making the greatest level of decisions consistently. That's what tattoo says to me. I will always have that impression of people, tattoo, earrings, all that thing. Like, I see a tattoo and stuff, and I'm just like, but that's me. It's just like tattoo, earring, whatever, all that kind of stuff is just like, okay. I mean, so again, he got a tattoo. Right off the bat, you should be like, oh. It's like, oh, that signifies my spirit animal. It's like, no, that signifies that you're willing to be stuck by a needle repeatedly. Brilliant person. Brilliant. It's a genius. Yeah. Genius. That says to me, Einstein. Newton. So, yeah. Are you getting a picture here? Is he gonna fault a guy like that for not knowing that? Plus, what tattoo parlor has all the tattoos and then there you go and then move it back? Can I see your selection, sir, of Nazi tattoos, please? Over here. It's book page. Let me get out my index. 1903. I don't know fucking German. I don't know what he would number it either. It's book page marked 1933. Yes. The day of the fire. Yes. I think that was the day of the fire of the German Senate or some shit. I don't know. 19 through 33. You have all the Nazi tattoos. Wow, I see a lot of skulls and crossbones here. Yes, those are very famous this week. Or those are very popular this week. But I'm trying too hard, I think. Anyways, it's already too long. Me beating on this guy. All right, let's see what else this dude has to say. Now he's suggesting people other than Graham Plattner. Hold on. So far, he's I'm gonna wait because so far he suggested two people. They were both black. I'm gonna wait. So hold on. So yeah, I listened for a few more minutes and nothing else, and I'm just like, dude, you're offering up two black guys in America in a political race. I'm like, dude, I'd love to live in this utopia that you think you're living in. That is like free, fair, and like holds up people, has this scale, and it's like this person, let's weigh them out evenly, and like, yes, the better man wins. Well, that ain't how fucking things work. It's like it just isn't. Like, white guy tends to win. Even if the white guy is not nearly as good. I will point you to that, what is it, that White House in Washington that the white guy is bussing up. All right? So, why don't we fix the country a little bit, and then we can have your two black dudes run once this place is just a little bit fixed. All right? We gotta move this thing just a teensy bit before we can move it a teensy bit more. All right. Now, to add more to the Graham Plattner thing, dude's in Maine. All right. I don't know anything about Maine. He ain't running for president, so that has to be considered. On the national scene, I don't know. Maybe he is getting more um, attention relative to everybody else, but that's probably because the Republican Party is spending lots of money on specific candidate races. The Senate race, I think Plattner is a Senate race. The Senate race in Texas, Tallarico, spending a lot of money there. They are throwing a lot bigger proportions of their money in certain places. So whatever you're talking about, apparently are not their target. They're big fish races. So that's why Graham Plattner is getting the media coverage that he's getting, I would assume. And yeah, To be continued. Yeah, you just said something interesting about well, it was a bunch. It's Israel and uh, but it was Hamas, Hamas, the IRA, the slave rebellions, and something else. It was basically, people doing, a bunch of, rebellions and insurrections and guerrilla tactics and all that stuff. Do what you need to do to fight off and overthrow your oppressors and that sort of stuff. It's like, all right, that's, I'm all for that. First use words, then plead, words again, and then you realize all of that is for naught. Then you go to the famous quote, all power grows out of the barrel of a gun. Yeah, I guess he's FD signifier, by the way. This dude gets on my nerves a lot. But that being said, shit, I hit the pause button in between, like, because I'm sitting on it, like, whatever. That being said, after the initial part where he's like, oh, Grand Planter, blah, 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 blah. For some reason, I don't know why, hating on him for, like, the Nazi tattoo that, whatever. By the way, I just think he just doesn't like white people. I think he's a racist. I think he's a black racist. So after that whole thing, seems to be, doing pretty good. Making a lot of sense and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, let's go back to it. Okay, so far it's flashed, I think, 3 books. Oh, man, people that keep being like, oh, you should read this book, this book, this book. I'm like, man. I love people that can read books. Like, to you that can read books, more power to you. I think for 99.998746841 and insert all the digits of pi, percent of humanity, that is a losing game from here, this point in time, into the future. So, yeah. I mean, maybe audiobooks might make a comeback. That's, I don't know. Like, this book is great. We're like, really? Is it? If it's so great, give me the gist. I don't know. I don't know why I'm interjecting that here, other than, dude, people telling me books are great is just horrible. It's just another thing that just pisses me off. It's just like, if the book is so great, why don't you just tell me the stuff that's in the book. Hmm? But, all right, whatever. That's totally different. Actually, I think I covered that in some of my other video rants, which I have. I don't know. I think I'm getting close to 750,000 of those sons of bitches too. So BRB. It kind of gets on me that all his books and stuff seem to be non-white people, but I think he does that on purpose. I think he probably reads stuff. I think he probably does has stuff from white people, but he seems to flash stuff from non-white people specifically to you know, like because that you know black people, brown people, Latino, all of that, all of those people probably get less ad time, however you wanna, however you wanna word it. So I'm thinking he's like, white people get enough TV time. They always get enough. So I'm gonna help out my brothers. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. If that's your play, then fine. That's like, if you're only reading books by black guys, then you know you might be falling victim to the exact same thing that you're trying to not that you're accusing other people of. So read the occasional white guy's book too. Maybe it doesn't have to be American. Maybe it can be like Irish or something like that. On the moors of that was a bad one. They're always at Scotland. Scotland. We cleaved 300 Englishmen's heads off. It was a good day. Not as good as it could have been, though. I don't know. I had to get into the whatever. Get back. Now he went back to Graham Plattner being edgelord and stuff. I don't know what that means exactly. And he's talking about leftists not wanting to build a coalition. And I hope that's not true. I hope to God and Almighty and everything that is just and holy that leftists, not corporate Democrats, actually do want to build a coalition. And I mean a coalition. I mean a coalition of the willing, not a coalition of, you know, whatever. The good enough XYZ blah people. I mean the coalition of, the whatever people, the policy people. Do you want to fix this motherfucker? Do you want to fix it? You genuinely want to fix it, and I mean genuinely want to fix it. Like, good enough for me, then, that's kind of all I need from you. Um, because it's pretty much become obvious to me that the Republicans, they don't want to fix stuff. They want to rig it, and they want rich to get rich. And the best way to do that has been screwing over people who are already screwed over. To increase to further press down the boot heel on the necks of everyone that's already got a boot heel on them. And, this FD signifier, I mean, you seem to be a black guy, you know, uh, pushing for, like, I want the black man to be free and have equal justice and all that stuff. So, okay, fine. That sounds good. I just hope, it is my hope that someday the poor whites can see that lefty politics works for them and they're not afraid to get on board the lefty train with everybody that's poor. That the I'm poor side of the fence, regardless of everything else, is a better unifier and a more important place to start than anything else. And you start there and then not worry about where to start dividing everybody up from there, because once we're all in the same group, we don't need to start dividing each other again. That's humanity started as one big family, actually one small family, but now we're one big family, and we should keep thinking of ourselves as one big family. Okay, he said something and then went along something else, spelling it out. Maybe he's still on it, but he said America First Anti-Zionist or Zionism. I don't know if he's talking about a political party or just a movement with that, but it was a long thing, and I don't know, because Zionism is if you look at it and study it, and Zionism kind of Zionism, Christian nationalism, they kind of both have, I don't know, both seem to have kind of racist undertones to them, essentially. Yeah. I don't know if that's an unfair statement or what. I don't know. I keep going back to the thought of needing a truly united world government and a world society. One world government. I don't know if that's me being just astronomically, unbelievably, amazingly naive that is possible, maybe it is only possible for in the brain of a kind of secular person that has grown up with kind of an objectivist belief point of view. I don't know. Um, Whatever. I don't know. I grew up. I managed to grow up around um, I mean, as far as I can tell, all kinds of people too. So in America, it was I was not in a super duper white neighborhood or anything. I was not in like a almost all black or Latino neighborhood. It was most. I mean, there was predominantly white, but there was different people at my school too. So I don't know. Yeah, whatever. And he just made another criticism of Graham Platter, which makes me seem like I don't know if he's just not watching enough of like his interviews or some of his more well-known statements or something like that. But I haven't really watched a whole lot of the things that he has said. But he just said something like he just said, you know, something about Graham Planning. It's like, I've been part of the problem, but now I'm going to be part of the solution. And it's like, he was talking about, Plattner talked about, I mean, he gave that interview, and I watched it. And I was like, okay, well, so maybe you should spend a couple hours. I mean, the interview was long. I think it was a couple hours long. So it's an investment in time. But it seemed like a fairly common soldier's tale of, you know, what one would go through. Um, and I don't know. I don't know if FD has served in the military, but I haven't, and I wouldn't want to even if I could. I can't because I have epilepsy, so I doubt they would allow me to. And if they would allow me to, I would politely decline. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going anywhere else with that. All of this is not to say, by the way, that I think Plattner is like definitely the most perfect man to serve in the United States Senate. have no idea about that. Um, I'm just saying this. It seems like he's lodging a lot of criticism at him that is I don't know, odd. All right, I think he pretty much just confirmed what I was talking about with the books before. Um, yeah, putting, spotlighting, highlighting specific, like I'm going to prop up who I'm going to prop up because they need to be propped up and blah, blah, blah. Because he was talking about he was just talking about how he doesn't, I don't need a white audience. You didn't come around for this video, and this video, and this video. You came around for this video that's specifically made for a white audience. And he's like, I notice the numbers go up when I make a video and I'm basically, he knows it's a video that white audience, his white viewers, his white subscribers are going to watch. It's like, oh, okay. But you know what? That's fair. Like, I have, I think, 30 subscriptions. I'm a hard sell. If I click that subscribe, you are, I rarely click the subscribe button personally. Like, I don't just subscribe to everything. Like, it takes a long, I have to really, but, even then, there's still only a certain amount of hours time in a day. So, you can only watch. So, everybody's got to understand, dude, if you got 10 subscriptions on YouTube, and people, even if there's one video from each of them uploaded, that's 15 minutes every day. It's 10, 15-minute videos. That's 2.5 hours right there every day, and that's not, that is a low bar, personally. And what is everybody doing every day? The other stuff that's taking up all of the rest of your time every day. So, you can't really blame people for being selective on what they watch, whether they're black, white, Mexican, Asian. Oh, I'm sorry, Latino. I'm American. I'm going to just call people Mexican if they're, Asian people better be, thankful I'm not calling Asian people Chinese people. White, whatever. Man, woman, tall, short, old, young, whatever. Big dick, small dick. Seriously. And your tastes can change throughout the week, throughout the month. So, That's all how it is. It's a 40-minute video. 40 minutes. 40 fucking minutes. Okay, so anyway, there's that guy, FD Signifier. That's the guy's name. Maybe I'll watch another one of his videos just because he said, oh, white people don't watch my videos. Oh, really? We white people don't watch your videos, eh? What? I can't watch your videos? Watch this, motherfucker. Can't watch your video, eh? Huh? What do you think about this sick bitch? Alright, I am not going to put more shit on this video. So, tax rich people, kneecap rich people, tax wealth not work, boobs. Peace.